Hello guys, Flashlight Enthusiast here. Today I would like to show you some new Unreal 2 UI. This one is a major improvement over the first generation of Unreal made by Toykeeper. Toykeeper, thank you so much for creating such UI. Without you, the Flashlight world won't be the same. So guys, with no further ado, let's get started. If you're not familiar with the original video of Unreal 1 UI, make sure to click the right top corner here to check out this video. But with those of you who are interested only in Unreal 2 and already know the first version, let's get through this. Guys, one thing that I have to address is that this one is actually based directly on the first generation of Unreal, so if you're familiar with it, actually it will be much easier to memorize all these functions because most of them are the same or just slightly changed. Actually, the most important thing is actually that Toykeeper decided to create two UIs in the one Unreal 2 UI user interface. Alright, so we got rid of Muggle mode at all, and we've got simple UI instead. Alright, to demonstrate you guys, I've got the Fireflies E12R, brand new flashlight with Unreal 2 on board. A review coming soon, but for now on, let's move. Yes, let's make a factory reset, so actually we'll demonstrate how the flashlight arrives from the factory. So as you can see from off, we've got 13H, so 13 clicks, and the last one is hold. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, and holding till it shines, and now boom, we've got the factory reset mode. Yes, from factory it will be default simple UI, which is stated here. So this diagram is pretty straightforward, but if you like to, go with me through it, no problem. So basic operation from simple UI we've got here, alright. It might look complicated, but it's not, alright. I will go just through basic features. I will not focus on every one of them because they are analogical to those I would present. So one click for on, one click for off. From off, obviously, one hold will go to the moonlight mode, lowest setting. Again, 2 clicks will go to the highest setting. Okay. Then again, you can have the momentary turbo mode, which is something new, just 2H, so click and hold, and as long as you're holding the button, you've got the momentary turbo. Nice feature. Okay, so we also have something like battery check mode in the simple UI. 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, 1, so we've got 4.1 volts. Okay, it's quite simple. If you have 3 blinks and then pause and 9 blinks, you've got 3.9 volts, and so on and so on. We also have the lockout feature. For safety reasons, it is wise to include this one in a simple UI, intended for less experienced users, and the performance of the flashlight is also limited. In the simple UI, you don't have the turbo mode, you only have the top of the ramp. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. When we've got the lockout mode, auxiliary LEDs showing you something interesting, obviously, but it can be set. One hold for moon, so as long as you're holding the button, the flashlight will illuminate in the lowest setting, and you have also click and hold to launch the second lowest, but it will depend on your settings, obviously, that you made in the advanced UI, because you cannot set anything in the simple UI without entering the advanced UI, which is, on the other hand, it's good because the ordinary user cannot have messed up interface because they collect so many times. But on the other hand, for ordinary user to access the advanced UI and then go to the simple UI might be a little complicated. Okay guys, so yeah, this is probably all. As you can see, from lockout you can either enter the last memorize or the lowest or the top ramp, so just go 5 clicks to the top ramp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've got the top ramp. Alright guys, and that's it for the simple UI. The best feature for me is obviously changing the UI for the advanced one, because advanced one is the original Unreal with some additional features and improvements, but it is very nice for the Toy Keeper to include the simple UI instead of Muggle mode, because we've got, first of all, improved experience, no lags or some blinks in the ramping mode, and we also have some more features like battery check and lockout mode in the simple UI, so I think it is a nice improvement here. Alright, let's go to the advanced UI. From off you have to 10H, so 10 clicks, the last one you hold, and from advanced mode to simple UI you're just 10 clicks from off, right? You've got it here. So 10H, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the easiest way to check whether you are in advanced UI, just turn on the flashlight and click 3 times and check if you've got ramping available. 1, 2, 3. Yup, we've got it. So we are now in advanced UI mode, and from this one, guys, we've got a whole bunch of possibilities. Woo! Obviously the ramping mode and this diagram also is available in the advanced UI, but we also got the turbo mode, and I have to tell you guys that this one I don't like particularly, that you cannot access the turbo mode directly from on, because you know that in the original Unreal UI you had this one that from off double click was the top ramp, and then double click again to access the the turbo mode, but from on double click would bring you directly to the turbo mode. In Unreal 2, unfortunately, it was changed in that order. Double click from on, double click again, we get to the last memorized mode that we actually was in before double tapping. So to enter the turbo mode, you actually have to ramp up to the ceiling mode and then double tap for turbo again, double tap again to go to the ceiling mode. So it might be quite annoying for some of you, but it is as it is, alright? We also have some changes in the auxiliary LEDs, as you may remember. From off, without lockout mode, you have 7 clicks, either hold or not hold, but from lockout mode you also got 7 clicks, so it might be a good idea because it is consistent through the UI. You don't have to memorize when 3 clicks for auxiliary LEDs in the lockout mode and then 7 in non-lockout mode. It is just unified, which is nice. But let's go just the order. Okay, we've got blinky utility modes. From off we've got 3 clicks and we go directly to the battery check mode, and then by double clicking we advance through the loop of this one. As you can see, we've got some changes here. After battery check we've got the temperature check, which for me is a huge improvement because I check the temperature in my flashlight quite often, and I didn't like the fact that I have to click through the whole loop to access the temperature check, which was 4th in the order, as you can see right there. It was battery check, sunset, beacon and temperature check, so you had to go through the whole loop, but now we've got it in the 2nd position. Then we've got the beacon mode and then the SOS mode, which is something new, but I cannot see the sunset feature. Actually this one goes there, so a little bit of a change here, and also the thermal configuration change, and the same goes with the ramping configuration change. But let me show you the battery check first. So 1, 2, 3, and we've got the battery check, and then temperature check, double click for go to the temperature check, 1, 2, and now we're in the temperature check, 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got 2, pause 4, which is 24 degrees Celsius. Mind you guys, this is not Fahrenheit, this is Celsius, and at least as far as I'm aware, you cannot change this one to Fahrenheit. It is by default in Celsius, right, as is stated here. Okay, so to calibrate the temperature sensor, Well, you have to, as you can see here, 7H, so 7 clicks and hold at the last one. But it might be tricky because if you're used to the configuration in Unreal 1, you know that it will go for the first setting, it will blink the strobe, then it will blink 2 times for the second setting, strobe, you enter the data, and so on and so on. But in this one, it actually you can configure only one setting at the time. And again, it has some drawbacks and advantages. For me, it is an improvement, definitely, because you don't have to wait through all the settings, you just change what you desire. Alright, so this one actually comes calibrated from the factory, but let's just give you guys the demonstration, right? So let's go to the temperature check and have something set. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and now we are in temperature check. Alright, so now let's predict that we have 20 degrees Celsius for the flashlight, the ambient temperature, and I like to calibrate this one for 20 degrees Celsius, and then let's say 50 degrees thermal calibration for the step down. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one blink, and then we're waiting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20 degrees, 20 clicks. Alright? And now this one is again in the temperature check. So no second setting, as you can see. So you may ask how to enter the second setting of step down temperature limit. Well, you click again 7H, but you hold and wait for the second blink. Alright? So first blink is the first setting, and second blink wins the second settings, alright? So look closely at the blinks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One blink, second blink, and we are in the second setting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 30 clicks for 30 degrees plus 30 degrees, which is 60 degrees. Alright, and now we've got it calibrated and it enters back to the temperature check. Now 2 clicks to access beacon mode, and here again we don't have to enter the setting mode and so on, but we simply hold to adjust the speed of the beacon. So one blink is 1 second pause, so if we got 2 blinks we've got 2 second pause, and to adjust it we simply hold the button. Alright, count the blinks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. As you can see now, let's go with 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so it should be 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we've got 5 seconds. So let's change this one to 1 second. Hold the button, 1 blink. 1, 1, 1. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward, right? So let's go to SOS mode, double click, and now we've got the pretty familiar SOS mode. So 3 short, 3 long, and 3 short. And then pause for another cycle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. SOS mode, double click to go again to the battery check mode. And as you can see here, we've got another setting, which is voltage calibration. And what this is actually you can adjust the readings of a voltage sensor built in the flashlight. I don't know guys if you had experience like this, but I often had something like that. I've charged the batteries to the 4.2 volts, but my Unreal flashlight will only show like 4.1 volts through the blinks. So this is the feature to actually make this flashlight show you the correct voltage reading if it's somehow discalibrated from the factory. Okay, so in this particular sample, unfortunately, this one is well calibrated, but you can calibrate this one between plus 0.3 volts and minus 0.3 volts with some incremental changes of 0.05 volts. So as you can see right now on the screen, we've got some clicks that are linked to the actual voltage readings. Alright, so if we click, for example, 2 times, then we decrease the voltage reading of 0.25 volts. So in this particular example, let's go with 7 clicks. So default 0 volts correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not to mess something up. 4.1. Alright, so we are now set with blinking utilities. As you can see right there, we've got some more advanced features like strobe modes. So 3 holds, nothing changes here from the original Unreal 1. So 1, 2 and 3rd we hold. And now we've got the candle mode. As you can see here, we can also adjust the blinking, the timer mode. But let's go to the bike flasher. So 2 clicks for bike flasher, 2 clicks for party strobe, 2 clicks for tactical strobe, and 2 clicks for a lightning storm. And again 2 clicks for the candle mode. As you can see, we also can increase the brightness or the speed, or decrease the brightness or speed, and also go to the momentary mode and strobe. The momentary mode is a funny thing because it does go into the mode that you have last used. So if you, for example, use the top of the ramp and you go to the momentary mode, it will use the top ramp brightness. But if you have used the tactical strobe as the last mode and then go to the momentary mode, you will have the tactical strobe momentary mode, and it goes to the every single mode. So we can have the candle mode momentary. Well, that's fun. Alright, so let's turn it off. Let's go to the lockout mode because this one is a little bit complicated here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, this is a safety feature, and again we've got some auxiliary LEDs. From the lockout mode, as you can see, we can change the brightness, 7 clicks, or change the color, 7 holds. So let's just adjust the brightness first because we've got some blinkies, and I would like to show you the steady mode. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got the next, so now we've got them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got the low mode of auxiliary LEDs, as you can see, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got the high mode of auxiliary LEDs. We've got the disco mode here. But to show you the different colors, we also have the new disco mode. But let me show you other colors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The order of auxiliary is the same, so red, yellow, green, cyan, blue, pink, white. Then we've got the disco mode, we've got the slow cycle for all the color options, and then we've got the voltage readout through auxiliary LEDs. Again, the scale is just the same as in the Unreal 1, so I won't go into detail with this one. You can see this on the screen. But we also have some new feature, which is the timer of the lockout. And this one is funny because you can actually set the time after which your flashlight from Advanced UI will just lock itself out and go into the safe mode. Alright, so this one actually goes in minutes. So you click n times for n minutes. So for example, if I click 1 time, then if I exit the lockout mode, after 1 minute the flashlight will automatically enter the lockout mode. Alright, and you can set this one thing, up to your preferences, but it might be tricky because this one memorizes it, and whether you don't adjust this one, it will lock your flashlight after this certain amount of time every single time. So to disable this one, you have to simply click 0 times, so no operation. Alright, so let me show this one. So from the lockout mode, you click 10 times and hold the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now 1 click for for 1 minute, and then when we 1, 2, 3, 4, we go to the normal mode and watch this one after 1 minute. But in the meantime, let me show you some other features. So auxiliary LEDs works just the same as in the lockout mode, so 7 clicks for increasing the brightness and 7 hold for decreasing the brightness. Changing colors. But for now on, let's go into the something funny. I mean the momentary mode. So let's say we've got this mode set in. We click off, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks, and then we've got the momentary mode. So as long as we press the side switch, we've got the illumination, and with the press it goes off. And obviously to exit this one you have to break the contact physically, because 5 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will not do any good. As you can see, the auxiliary LED is changed, and after 1 minute this flashlight just locked itself out automatically. Alright, so you have to click 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you've got your flashlight fully operational. But mind you, if you don't change the settings, after 1 minute it will lock out again. So knowing that, we have to exit this one. So we have to go again to the lockout mode, 1, 2, 3, 4, then click 10 times, hold on the last one, and just don't click anymore. Right, so 0 clicks means this feature will be off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, holding one, and now waiting, no clicking at all, and it is off. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is important note, because you will wonder why, if I'm exiting the lockout mode, the flashlight turns on. This one is, the answer is here. 4 clicks, it goes to the last memorized mode of the ramping cycle. Right, 5 clicks for the top ramp, 4 hold to the lowest setting. But moving on into the momentary mode, let's say we've got the tactical strobe last mode memorized. Alright, so 1, 2, 3 and hold the... Let's go to the bike flashlight instead. Alright, no loser side here, but turn the flashlight on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've got the momentary mode. As you can see, we've got the strobe modes also in this function. To exit this one, just loosen the contact and then turn on again, and we've got our normal operation. You can also adjust the sunset mode here. So from on, you 5 click and hold on the last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, holding one, and as you can see, we've got this one little blink. This one little blink means 5 minutes to turning on the flashlight automatically. But you can also 5H again, so 5 click times, click 5 times, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold this one, and again one blink means another 5 minutes, and you can just add the 5 minute increments to this overall runtime. Alright guys, the next feature will be manual memory plus safe current brightness. So if you like to change the style of the memory, we also have this 3 options. You can either have the manual memory or automatic memory or hybrid memory. This one is a little bit tricky, but not to overcomplicate this one, simply manual memory is that it will always remember the last used mode. The automatic memory, however, will always use the last ramp brightness, alright? And the hybrid mode will go into the automatic memory brightness if the light was only off, for the short amount of time, but if it was off for a longer amount of time, it will go to the manual memory. It can always also be configured, but as you can see, it is here on the this frame. All right, so configuring the ramping is quite identical as temperature check calibration, so you have to 7H, 7 clicking and then hold in the last one. And again we've got free setting. The first setting, the third setting, number of steps, will only be available in the stepped ramping mode and not in the smooth ramp. So in the smooth ramp we only got 2 settings, and again you can only configure one at the time, which is for me the nice improvement. Alright, to configure the ramping, first thing, make sure that you are in advanced UI. So from simple UI, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hold. And now from on, click 7 times, hold for the last one. And then count the blinks, hold the button as long as you have to enter either first, second or the third setting. Alright, so the floor level means n times for n level, so we are going from the lowest setting. Unreal generally has 150 modes to select from. Alright, so if we would like, the floor level at level, let's say 3, from the button, we have to click 3 times. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hold. And now first input 1, 2, 3. Alright, and now it will go again to the ramping. Alright, so no additional settings, but if you'd like to configure the ceiling level, again you have to click n times for nth highest level. So for example, if you'd like to have the ceiling mode at, let's say, 120th level, you have to click 150 minus clicks, so it will be 30 clicks. 150 minus 30 equals 120. Alright, so let's go for it. We have to wait for the second blink. Alright, hold the button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, holding, second blink, and we are in the second setting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. We've got 30 clicks. And again, we are in the Yep, so the ceiling worked. And number of steps, let's say we'd like to have 7 steps instead of default 5, so we have to be in a stepped ramping mode. 1, 2, 3. Now we've got stepped mode, and then 7H for the 3 clicks waiting. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, holding 1, 2, holding 3. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clicks for 7 modes. 7 steps, I should say. And now let's check this one. Let's go to the lowest one and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, we've got 7 steps. Alright, guys. Some flashlight, you also have the tint ramping function. For example, the BLF LT1 or Sophion IF25, but this one actually does not use Unreal. Sorry. Right, guys, we also have some crazy feature like the version check. So this one also has some additional features comparing this one to the Unreal. So apart from year, month and date of the version installed in the flashlight, we also get another settings or just maybe information that will tell you the brand ID as well as product ID, but these are specified for manufacturer and the flashlight model, so please don't ask me what they mean. But to access this one and to check your firmware version, you have to 15 clicks from off. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we count 2, 0, 2, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, to return from advanced mode to a simple UI, you simply click 10 times from off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. And now we've got the simple UI without ramping. No, we've got ramping here. As you can see, the changes made in the advanced UI automatically are imported to the simple UI, but now I cannot go to the stepped mode 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, we've got only ramping here. Alright guys, and auxiliary lights, auxiliary LEDs cannot be changed here. Alright guys, I hope I didn't forget about anything important. If you have any questions, obviously leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button because more videos are on the way. Stay safe guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.